Hi, that's me. I let my hair grow back. I'm not married. Um, just to introduce, I'm going to read to you a letter that I wrote. So I'm going to make clear, and then to introduce myself, I'm just going to show you like a very small beginner's plastic sheet protector of some papers that I rewrote and that I tore out. Those are some Arabic I'm going to show you. Within 1 minute, I'm going to show you a few languages that I'm doing. This is also Arabic. I'm just, those are more of Chinese. But I have many more. And, oh, it's already more than 1 minute. So I want to really be straight to the point. That is Japanese. I have a lot of Hangul also. Oh, actually, those are Hangul, right? Hangul is Korean. Where's my Hindi papers? Oh, those are some of my Hindi sentences. I'm trying to have a neat handwriting in all that I do. Those are not the only languages I'm doing. I'm doing Hungarian, French, Spanish, Francais, Espanol, Hebrew, Deutsche, a lot of languages. Actually, I want to show you that I also have my first few pages of Russian language. Like it starts with basic Tom is a medic and Dum is a house. So the courses that I'm taking and I'm writing down, reading what I write, I'm pronouncing what I write, although I'm a beginner. Yeah, is the main thing for me. Okay, I don't want to, this video was taking already 2 and 47 minutes. I need your help. Please don't avoid to respond. If you can, help me in any way. Although I'm not rich and I'm good in teaching, and although I am handicapped and my family has the heart and the hand, it's only one hand. That's genetically. My grandma has 4 fingers. But yeah, I have a case going on, and this video that I'm doing now is already 3 minutes, so I don't want to waste time. I'm going to read you my letter that I wrote. Please listen carefully, as follows, and please try to respond if you can, to make a difference for me and for my child and for many other children. So then if there's in between of my story that I can also discuss and let you know, and that it wouldn't affect the well-being of me and my kid being together. But yeah, I can discuss every little bit of from after my child and my childhood as well afterwards. And I hope that my child and many other children will be able to thank me in many languages, and also with their grades in their math practice, in their spelling and making sentences, in their thanking and in their good words, and sayings, and in their reading their novel books, and small articles and short stories, to learn better and better in any language, and to translate to any language that I will and can teach them and teach my child, and help a lot of children when I am first helped out, hopefully, especially with those teaching skills and with the learning skills, and with understanding. To whom this letter, I'm going to start my letter. Now it's 5 minutes, this video is already going on, but please continue to listen very carefully, every single word. To whom this letter may concern, I am in a situation of needing help, and by listening to me, we can help each others, hopefully. I got into a mess with an ACS case. I am a really big mess. Why did they start me a case right after giving birth when my child was in the NICU? Although she was born in a car on the way to the hospital between my feet. And I hadn't known exactly that I'm giving birth already. But actually, one thing I didn't write down and that I know is that I did eat 5 eggs every single day, and I was bed rest and I was on IV for most of the time while I was pregnant. I did have very nice nurses that came to my house to change IVs and whatever. And I did eat 5 eggs every single day. I ate rice drink. I drank rice drink, gluten-free, about 8 cups, more than 8 cups of water, and I only drank 3 cups of water a day while I was pregnant. One of the things, and I had no wheat, no tuna or mackerel from from canned food, and no sugar or salty things. So I did need a special diet for my health, and I hope that my daughter can be helped out so she can grow healthier and, gain or lose weight the healthy way so she doesn't have any conditions of like allergies from genetics or whatever, of not growing properly or healthy because of intolerance. Why did they start me a case right after giving birth when my child was in the NICU? A nurse asked me if I want some extra help in the house, sometimes to help me and my child in my house with me together. I said maybe, why not, whatever. So they sent me a lady to talk and fill out papers, and they hadn't told me she works for the ACS. I didn't know she was an ACS worker. My child was able to be with me at my aunt's house at first. That's how it was made up, so I can be with my child. So I was at my aunt's house, so they allowed me because they was told my aunt will supervise. But my case was already started, the papers, and that's why I was by my aunt. They only had me with my aunt until they were going to find a family to place my child. But I'm sure that my aunt can prove for sure to the judge and to many others, as well as me when I'll be with my child, that my child was safe. So I want to regain my rights. Because she was working from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m., until 6 afternoon in an office, and she went down for people to do paperwork, office work, all week, and sometimes going to offices. Basically, I continued that she works from 9 a.m. until 6 all week, and sometimes going to offices also for people. But my child was under... Where's my pen? My child was under my care only. And she was definite that she knew to trust me. My husband was also working in the day and morning at sunrise and night when stars are on the sky. My uncle and husband went to daven and pray and to the synagogue. And at night, I slept with my baby, the room that was next to the dining room, while everyone else slept in the back bedroom areas. The dining room and kitchen and that little room next to the dining room is separate area. So I cared for her and my husband and self. Those was 9 months. So for 9 months, I did everything for her. She had breastfeeding and bottle feeding, so to keep a special, because I wanted to be punctual, so I did both, breastfeeding and bottle feeding, and also the bathing, pampering, and whatever else was needed for the first 9 months. And when I went out and came back, she was safe winter, summer, spring, fall. And yeah, we went out together sometimes, me and my child and my husband. And even, yeah, my aunt is a diabetic. She's heavy. No, she didn't run around whenever we went out together. But yeah, the child was safe, and the child was able to hum melodies on tune and make motions to the tunes and take her pacifier and hum the melodies and bump her back as soon as she started to sit already. According to the tune and the songs and the Shabbos songs and the weekday baby songs and the schedule songs. But my aunt lied about supervision and is able to testify that I'm okay with caring for my child. I would easier get a job when I'm together. Although I'm not as Hasidic and I bike around and it's not in the letter, that's what's also, I'm not exactly like other Williamsburg ladies, so it's different getting a job in Williamsburg than in Borough Park, especially now that I bike around and I'm not observant, but I'm good with children and I can do a lot more because some children would need somebody like me. And a lot of people tell me their stories of like, and rely on me and talk out to me their problems. Like I met a lady on a train. Her mom was on dialysis. She lived in a shelter because they're poor. No, she wouldn't talk to the police or whatever if anything goes wrong. I mean, for her situation of how to survive herself and help her mom that was having cancer. So, but she would talk to me and she would trust in me and my heart to listen and understand. And I can help a lot of people because of my good understanding and good kindness. And I hear a lot of stories that other people wouldn't hear and don't hear. And I am a handicap, and if you are born disabled, you would definitely be inspired if I'm helped out. And I more know how to appreciate and how to thank and appreciate and not ignore those people who help out and who do charity more than Hasidish ladies that avoid me sitting on their couch or whatever, or being with my kid or visiting with my kid 6 times a year at least or whatever. I mean, social studies, I guess. So even after those amount of years, I wasn't together because of the started case. I want to regain my right with a computer eye monitor that a judge can read and on her personal phone, if she has a contact, on her file maybe, that a judge can read on her phone, like maybe video file management with videos or pictures go on, anytime she prefers. A computer eye monitor that a judge can read on her phone anytime would for sure also prove me and her together, my child, that's a girl, for her best interest and benefit. But the way things work in the system, while I'm not a lawyer profession and not a judge, I don't know how to respond to other lawyers and for what they say. But I also have experience of being an uncertified teacher in someone's first floor Shabbat synagogue in Borough Park that on the Saturday they use for synagogue. So they had that room for toddlers and babysitting playgroup school. And no, I never wrote a resume to get a job. I did write and then didn't appreciate it. So I will continue my video. Because it's already 14 minutes. Listen to my next one, and I will finish my video within the next 5 minutes on my next one.